Man, so you got popcorn ready. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Episode 9, Ravens Daily. Episode 9, Ravens Daily. What to do with Odafe Oweh? Can he get right? What to do with Odafe Oweh? Can he get right? One more time. Let's run this back if it worked. Oh, guess it ain't working right. Let's see if I can get it to work right. There we go. One more time. Like the video. Like the video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Please do so. If you have not subscribed, please do so and hit that bell so you can be notified when this hot fire drops Monday through Wednesday and any other videos that I put out. Give everybody a few minutes to get in here and go through this little roll call saying what's up to everybody. Shout out Matt D. What up, Matt? What up, Don? Brandon, who but since he said me, don't say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. But Brandon, who, stepped out without a fish tank today. I'm gonna leave that joke at that. Steven, what's good? Appreciate you for coming through. Big Reg. Who else we got? Spawn, appreciate you for coming through. Hendo said the road to AK, which is correct. We're 52 away from AK. So tell a friend to get in and sub. And if you don't know, the announcement was made. What's up, Jordan? What up, Spawn? If you don't know, yeah, I announced it before you came in, Hendo. I saw it popped up on my phone. If you don't know, when I get to 8K, you know how we have this call-in show right here at 4:30, but when we get to 8K, the next Monday after I hit the 8K, we'll have a round-up call-in show. We'll have a round-up call-in show. That's going to be a movie. That's going to be a movie. So when I get to 8K, so if it happens on a Wednesday, that following Monday, we'll have the round-up call-in show. And it'll be me, Chris, Hendo, Jose, Rodney, and Mike. So whenever I get to 8K, the roundup will have a call-in show, and you guys can call in and we'll talk. I'm gonna just leave it at that. We'll talk. First thing up, let's get into it. Let's get into it again. Hit that like button if you're just getting in here. First thing to do is hit that. What up, Rock? Jeremiah? The haters ball. hate. What up, Agent E? Steven said he ready for that. I think a lot of people are gonna be ready for that. But let's go ahead and get this show started. Let me unlock the phone lines. Let me do that first before I forget, because a brother will forget.
The conference has been unlocked.
Phone lines unlocked, so you can kind of get in line and say what you got to say about Oweh or anything Ravens related. Again, the topic is Odafe Oweh, but when you get in, it'll be anything Raven related, and we'll talk about it. And obviously, if you don't know the procedures, when you get in, I'll hit the timer. It'll have 5 minutes to be on the screen, and when it gets to the end, when I think you at a stopping point, like when I hear you catch your breath, or when you pause and be like, I'm probably gonna jump in and try to stop you, unless you're cooking. Now, if you cooking like Harden and Curry, I'm gonna let you ride. But if you ain't cooking, and I got a bunch of people behind you, I'm gonna have to do what you do. It ain't nothing personal. I have to do what it do. But if nobody's in here, like the other day, it was just me and Steven, I let him cook. So he was trying to get off. I kept reeling him back in. Nope, you ain't getting off, because somebody wasn't nobody behind him. But again, let's get my spiel started. We'll start off with the Jane Doe comment of the day. Today's Jane Doe comment of the day, and let me get myself out the way. It's from Tony. Let me get this. Well, y'all can see that. Tony Herrera. He says, "Man, I hope." And he's talking about Oweh. "Man, I hope so. I think this team did this to many young players, giving them too many assignments instead of letting them focus on one responsibility, then building off that." I think he's talking about Oweh having to play run and pass, in which you play football, you should be able to do it, but when you get to that level, you probably specialize in one or the other. And then building off that. I get that this is the pros, and contract lengths are a big consideration. But I've been in positions where I've been saddled with subordinates that were viewed as underachieving. I had pared down their tasks to do what they excelled at. So if they were good at filing papers, he let them file papers. They was good at typing up letters, they type letters. That's the gist of what he's saying. Then gradually built on to that where they were strong contributors to the team. So he took them down and gave them one responsibility, let them do that, get comfortable. Then he adds something. Then he adds something, which makes sense. Makes a ton of sense. It does take a lot of time and effort. So that is patience. You got to have patience to do that. And that's something that we, myself included, hadn't been having with Oweh is patience. And your chain is only as strong as your weakest link. And I was determined to have no weak links, and that's how leaders lead, Tony. That's how leaders lead. They find what their teammates are good at, and they put them in positions to excel. So that's an example of a good leader. No matter what the field is, I don't care what the field is. That's an example of a good leader. So Tony's going to be entered into the Jane Doe Coming of the Day contest, and at the end of April, we're probably going to pick a winner, and we'll let you know what you got. We'll let you know what you got. So anytime if you want to be entered into that contest, you have to go to the community tab on my page when I post the topic, and you put your comment under there. And if I pick your comment, you're entered into that drawing. So we got about 20, no, not 20. We did 3 the first day. So we got about 12 to 13 entries. I think Jeremiah W was on it a couple times, but we got 12 to 13 entries so far. Let's see. King Rave donated 5. He said, Coach, who is the best pass rusher and run stuff, also keep up the great work. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me come back to it. And King Rave, matter of fact, after we do these stats, I'll come back to your question, King Rave. We'll do that. All right, so let's talk about Oweh. Oweh is the guy that's the topic of discussion today. So let's kind of bring up his college stuff. In college, he was called Jason Oweh. I guess he was, didn't like people messing his name up or whatnot. So he went with Jason Oweh, and he went to Penn State. So these are his numbers at Penn State. As a freshman in 2018, he played 2 games, had 4 solo tackles and 4 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss and 2 sacks. Not a lot of contribution. So really in 2019, he still was a freshman, redshirt freshman. Played in 11 games, had 21 total tackles, 13 solos, 5 TFLs, 5 sacks, 1 pass defended. So in 2020, which was the year he came out, which was technically his redshirt sophomore year. And if you don't know, to get into the NFL draft, you just need to be 3 years removed from high school. No matter if you're a true junior or you're a redshirt sophomore, you just need to be 3 years removed from high school. So you can either redshirt your first year, then play your next 2, or you can play straight to your junior year, or you can play those 4 games and still be considered a redshirt, then come back your redshirt freshman year, your redshirt sophomore year, and still go. So that's just for those that didn't know. You just got to be 3 years removed from high school to enter the NFL draft. That's why you see a lot of juniors coming out. So these are stats in college. Let's go to NFL stats, which unfortunately ain't much difference. So now he's Odafe Oweh playing with the Baltimore Ravens. Rookie season, 15 games, 2 games started, 1 pass defended, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 5 sacks. Got one of those sacks versus the Chiefs against Orlando Brown. Got one of those sacks versus him. Had a great move versus Orlando Brown. Like awesome. Had left Orlando standing there like in cement. 33 total tackles, 5 TFLs, 15 QB hits. Come back last year. We was expecting him to build on that, myself included. And you see behind fumbles, you see them guns right there? He ain't had guns like that at first. He came back super bulked up. And I personally think all that bulk messed with his being. So then now he started 6 games, played all 17, started 6 games, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 3 sacks, only 3 sacks. And he got them toward the end of the year. 43 combined tackles, 11 QB hits, 7 TFLs. So he played a lot more his sophomore year. And granted, he does have 10 more tackles. The production still went down to me. Now, is he a bust yet? I don't think so. But for a guy that was picked as high as he was, we need more. And I ain't gonna straight bash him. I just threw the numbers out there so everybody could see them. And I don't want people to think I'm just a hate on Odafe Oweh. But again, just like people hate on Kyle Hamilton, just like people hate on Queen, we need more out of this guy to get to the mountaintop. We do. We need him to be I ain't gonna even say a 10 sack guy. He need to be around 8. Need to be around 8 with about 20 QB hits. And then you get Ojabo over there, and we don't know what Ojabo gonna do because this is technically his rookie year. But if them two can can form, if they can go 8-8 with sacks and get about 40, 50 quarterback hits, I'd be satisfied with that because you still got Houston and you still got I think it's just no, we don't have Houston. I didn't mean to say Houston. I meant came back from injury last year. Bowser. I meant Bowser. So you still got him too. So that could be a good rotation on the edge for us. But again, I just threw the numbers out there. Numbers don't lie. Like the film don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And yes, I had a couple shorts about Oweh this week or last week. But again, I wasn't looking for him. I was looking at something totally different and just happened to see and I decided to put it out there. Tape don't lie, numbers don't lie. But I want the best for him. I want him to go and ball out this year and make myself eat crow along with a lot of other people. Because I don't mind saying I'm wrong. Like, I didn't like the pick initially. If you go back and find the video of draft night, which is way back when we drafted him, I almost cut the stream off. Because he didn't have any sacks his last year playing football in college. But we'll see. We'll digress. Now we got the phone lines open, so let's transition a little bit. Let's transition. Let me get me back up here. Bring me back. There we go. Let me go. That was some improper English, I know. Just chill though. All right. So we got this number was first, so let's run it. There we go. What's your name and where you're calling from? Make sure everybody can hear you too.
Sure.
Chuck? Is that what you said, Chuck?
Chef. My name is Chef.
Chef.
What's up, Coach?
What's good with you?
Baltimore. Listen, always mess with you on Twitter, man. How you doing, Coach?
Wait a minute. This ain't the one that talked about me singing the national anthem, is it?
Yeah, the national anthem. Yeah, that's right.
That was funny. Hey, if you don't know, I ain't gonna start your time yet. If you don't know, somebody sung the national anthem for the Orioles. I think it was opening day, and he put the video on Twitter and basically tagged me and said he didn't know I could sing. When I saw that, man, I was rolling out my seat.
It looked just like you. I was like, Coach should have told us he was in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of snuck that one in on me.
I did. I snuck in and out. You know how you do. Real gangsters move in silence. But go ahead with your points for today.
Hey, well, first, can I just start off? I just want to say I appreciate everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love y'all. I appreciate your podcast you put on the other day. I'm listening to that at work, and sometimes I'm in bed by the time y'all finish wrapping up on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate all you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a question. So who is Oweh finally going to get right this year, you think, or no?
I hope so. Because he got Oweh was a first round pick, right?
Yes.
So he got this year, he got next year, then he got to make a decision about that 5th year option. So this is the time that he needs to put on if he wants a second contract from Baltimore.
I agree, and I think maybe that's one of the reasons why they brought in what's the guy's name? He was like a sack specialist.
A coach
brought him in this year.
One of the coaches?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I had to look into that one. I forgot
his name, but a lot of people go to him.
Is that the guy he's been posting videos with?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's like, a lot of people go to him for pass rush.
I think they call him the sack doctor or something like that.
Mm-hmm. The sack doctor, yeah. But yeah, man. But Coach, it's hard, man. I'm a season ticket holder, but I'm debating if I want to renew. I want to try to do some other stuff, but it's like I think the Ravens going to go off this year if Lamar comes back. So, but yeah, man. But I guess you. I don't know which one, since that's my favorite movie. Life, one of my favorite movies. So I guess either you or Hendo was Claude or Ray and trying to get Oweh right. So I don't know.
Interesting story about that movie. You say you're a big fan of Life, right?
Man. Oh man, yes.
The opening, not the opening scene, but when they took the bootleg down south.
Yes.
That's my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That place, it doesn't look like that, but that place under the hill really does exist, and there are businesses down there and
Okay.
whatnot. So that's
Okay.
me and my wife's hometown.
Hey man, well, I appreciate. I'm not gonna hold up everybody, man. I just want to come in and just really just give you some love. I appreciate everything you do. I'll sign up to your Patreon when I get paid on Friday.
That'll work.
And looking forward to hopefully meeting you up here in Baltimore, man. We show you some love.
Definitely.
We'll give you some crab cakes and yeah, and such a brother like me, we get you a chicken box from a legendary spot in Baltimore with a house.
Hey, I'm with it. Definitely. And if you guys don't know, we're trying to put together a meet and greet. If you tuned into the roundup on Mondays, we've mentioned it a couple times. We're trying to put together a meet and greet late July, early August. So that's kind of what he's talking about. If you don't know that, so I sure appreciate it. And I will not be singing the national anthem when I come.
Hey man, we're going to have to talk to Bashadi so we can get you there for the first opening game for a Ravens game. You can't hide your talents no more. You can sing. So.
Hey, the thing is, if I get on the mic and sing, all them speakers gonna be busted.
Well, Coach, man, I'm going to get up off of here. I don't want to waste no more time. People get on.
Okay.
But I just want to say, in this, man, have a blessed day, my brother, and keep up the great work.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in and supporting. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man. Keep on continuing to support. Need one of them chalices. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, my brother. Well, you be easy. All right, I'm gonna go in and get back onto your broadcast.
Got you. Thank you.
All right, man.
So I got King Rave's super chat here. He says, "Coach, who is our best pass rusher and run stuffer? Also keep up the good work." And with him, donating right here, he was next in line. So I'm gonna go ahead and add him to him so I can talk to him personally and answer his question. King Rave, you got me? Yo. You got me?
Yo.
Gotcha.
What's going on?
Not much. I wanted to put you on so I could kind of answer your question directly. Especially since you super chatted too. And I want to do that. So give me 1 second. All right. So it says, Coach, who is our best pass rusher and run stuff. Also keep up the great work. Again, appreciate the 5 or the super chat. Our best pass rusher. That's a great question. Calais is gone. Ojabo's new. Oweh is the topic of discussion today. The interior guys, Matabike, our best pass rusher. And I think he's our best run stuffer too. I think, well, I didn't have, is Pierce back? If Michael Pierce is back, he's our best run stuffer. But if he's not, I think it's Matabike. But Matabike is definitely, as far as the guys on the team right now, our best pass rusher, in my eyes. What you think?
All right. Oh well, actually, I think I'm gonna put my money on David Ojabo.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because you see that when he got after he tried to come back from the injury, he tried to play. But the reason I'm saying his name because he's young, he's fresh, and he is a high draft pick, so we do expect something out of him. And here's a big thing for him with me is I know a lot of people quite didn't like the fact that, he wasn't an instant impact because of, he just came back from injury. But I think a lot of people don't put into the fact that he literally wanted to come back. Mm-hmm. He put it on social media. He put it on anyone who need to pay attention. Look, hey, I want to come back. I'm coming back from this Achilles injury or this injury he had. And for me, it's like when a player really wants to work like that, when a player wants to share, like, look, and I'm hurt. I get it. I'm hurt. But listen, I've had an amazing career. I mean, I had an amazing, career in Michigan, and here I am coming out of. I was supposed to be one of the high draft picks, really.
Sure.
Luckily, I got hurt. So for me, when a guy is letting him know, look, okay, I get it. I was hurt, but let me work. I want to come back. You know what I'm saying? That for me, I don't know how other people put it, but for me, I take that into consideration. Like, okay, he might be something. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see it, but at the same time, I'll put my eggs in the basket because people forget it was with Lamar Jackson as well. When he got drafted, he's like, okay, I hear it. I'm supposed to be a running back. I sat on that table watching everybody get picked. Don't worry. When I come back, I'm ready. I'm ready to ball. I'm ready to ball. Guys like that, those have inner dogs in them, and hopefully the Ravens can push that inner dog out of David Ojabo, and we might have a nice dog right there on the edge. So I would say I'll put my eggs in the basket on David Ojabo.
I have a question for you that pertains to David Ojabo. Do you think he can do it, or let me rephrase this: is his production flawed because he had probably the best college player on the other side of him? Is like, because no, he wasn't game playing for everybody game playing for Hutchins. He was the afterthought. Could his production in college be because Aiden Hutchinson was over there wrecking shop?
I would say I think he's in the best position to do it, if I shall say. Because I say that because you have Oweh, you have Bowser who be giving pretty good blitz. You got Patrick Queen that's been learning how to, I guess, read the offense a little bit better now that Raquan's next to him. So Queen will be hitting those gaps. So you got guys who are set in a position to do their jobs. All David Ojabo got to do is do his job. And it's not like we're dropping David Ojabo on the pass like that. So we're talking David Ojabo could just really focus on his job, and hopefully he takes in what Justin Houston's been, I guess, talking about. Hopefully he takes in whatever veterans that we've had for that defense, or Quan Smith that bring that leadership, Marlon Humphrey, all those key veterans he can take that all that information in, use his skill set, use those fresh legs, and get to work. And he's already, like I said, stated to everyone, look, hey, I'm here to work, get to work, and that's what I'm really betting on.
And I was going to make one more point to you, and Spawn beat me to it. I was trying to let you stop. He said James Houston feasted this year because of the attention Hutch demanded from the opposing offensive coordinator as well as the NFL. And that's one of the reasons I asked you that, because I'm a fan of James Houston. And what he did, Houston got 8, if I'm not mistaken, 8 sacks in 6 games. They didn't even call him up till like week 11, week 12. And they would put him in a pass rush situation opposite of Hutchinson, and the boy ate. He ate. Like, now, he came from HBCU, but he started at Florida. I think he started at Florida, so his talent, the fact that he came from Jackson State, that's probably why he was on the bench, but he shouldn't have been there because he was a top talent before he even went to Jackson State. But again, that's maybe that Hutchinson effect that made me think that's why Ojabo did what he did. But it's a great question though, because we don't know. Again, whatever we get out of Ojabo this year, to me, will be a bonus, because just like last year, I didn't expect anything out of him. So to me, this is Ojabo's rookie season. To me,
for sure, I agree. I totally agree. And also it depends on that D tackle. We're going to see who steps up in that situation. Calais Campbell is not here, so we do have to put that into effect. Is it going to be Marcus Pierce that just continues to what he was trying to do before he got hurt, or Travis Jones takes the extra step? Because we saw, we saw little spurts of Travis Jones showing that fierce competitiveness in him and really trying to get to work. So hopefully, if that, like I said, if everybody does their job, especially considering the fact that we do have young, fresh legs now, and especially a veteran, just using that's still there, if everybody does their job, I don't see why Oweh or David Ojabo doesn't at least try to do their job.
Facts.
So hopefully I put money on that.
Facts. I appreciate you, King Ray, for coming through with another great question, great answers, and great combo. So I'll be looking forward to whatever the topics are next week, and you calling in, because we getting a good rapport right now. Some good football going on between us, and I appreciate it.
Well, definitely appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. Next up. Let's see who we got. Caller, you live. What's your name and what you got for the show?
My name's Justin. I'm from Ohio.
Okay. What up, Justin?
How's it going, man? I've been trying to get on this line for like a week or two, man. I'm so glad I finally did.
I appreciate it. What you got for us?
Man, so I think just in principle, like what Odafe Oweh did last year was so bad. I think that will motivate him alone to do better this year.
Mm-hmm.
But not to mention, I mean, I know everyone's upset about Calais, but I think we have so much depth at that position that we don't need him. And I don't think we really need Jason Pierre-Paul either.
He's not back, is he? He was 1 year, I thought.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't even need him. I think with Ajabo and Matabike, Brant Urban, Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, I think we will be perfectly fine at those positions.
Yeah, that interior there, it's a good mix of young and old, because you got Travis on his second year, Matabike maybe third or fourth. Then you got Urban's a veteran guy. You got Pierce, a veterans guy. And as Broderick Washington. I can't remember if he's back or not too, but he played some decent ball last year too. So you got a good mix in that interior D-line crew. And if, like King Ray said, if they handle their business in there and the edge guys handle their business, we should be a formidable team. Should be. Because honestly, now that I think about it, and I don't remember if this was King Ray's question or not, but our best blitzers are Queen and Hamilton. Our best blitzers are Queen and Hamilton. I shouldn't have to say Hamilton, but our best blitzers are, like, as far as getting through there, are Queen and Hamilton. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I also was, if it's all right, I was trying to get on the call yesterday.
Okay.
I wanted to give you my take on the 22nd pick.
Okay, go ahead.
I know a lot of people are real high on JSN and Jordan Addison and all that. I think Zay Flowers is the best receiver in this whole class, and I would be, if I was the GM, he would be the first guy I would pick.
I think I had Zay as my number 2, I think, but go ahead.
Yeah, and then I feel like we should simply just get the safe idea with either Marcus Peters again or Rocky Sin. I don't know much about Rocky Sin, but they say he's pretty good. I've watched a lot of, different channels that say he's not a bad corner. I think even if one of them got hurt or something, I think Worley could potentially be a starter. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but I think Worley, when he was out there, he looked so good to me.
He looked better than Stevens. Definitely that.
Yeah, Stevens does not need to be a corner. I feel like Stevens should be a backup safety.
Yeah, Worley got beat bad, and I can't remember what game it was, but then came back and had a decent game. Worley competes. He competes. He don't quit on plays. He ain't the most talented DB back there, but he gives max effort. And I love guys that give max effort, but you have to give up max effort if you ain't got the skill set. So, and yeah, Worley did lay the boom on Cincinnati. He did.
And then I heard you on the round table talk about maybe Oweh just bulked up too much. I think once he gets his technique down, he's fine because he's got all the athleticism in the world.
Yeah, he do.
But I think that Dr. Rush, the new coach we got, I think that'll bring something out in him. Not to mention his buddies there and how bad of a year he had last year. I think all those things, like he's going to have a better year this year. I don't know how much better, but I feel like he's definitely not going to be the same guy he was this last year.
Definitely. And the thing is about the NFL, if you don't get better, they'll chop your head off. They'll get rid of you.
Oh yeah.
They'll get rid of you. So he has to, he can't have the same exact year. If he has to be better, even if it's in increments, because he got, like you said, he working with this sack person. He's had a year of a I'm not gonna say slender body, but a not as far as bulked up. Then he bulked up this year and didn't have as good a year. So maybe he finds that right mix of bend and athleticism to go with muscle, because this bull rush has always been good. I can never hate on this bull rush, but he just don't have other stuff in the toolbox to go with it. And if he gets other stuff in the toolbox, and which on film, Ojabo has other stuff in the toolbox from college. I don't know if that stuff will work in the NFL because we hadn't seen him play yet. But on film, Ojabo got tools in his toolbox. We need Oweh to get some of them tools in his toolbox.
Yes, sir.
That's all you got for me?
Yep, I'm actually about 10 minutes late to my class, but I had to sit and talk with you, man.
I appreciate it. Go and get to class. I appreciate it.
Have
a good one,
man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you too.
All right. Next
Bye.
up. Good call. Let me do this real quick.
The conference has been locked.
Let's see. Next up. Here we go. You live, caller. You live. What you got for me about Odafe Oweh?
What have I got about Oweh? How's it going, Coach?
I'm good.
How's everybody doing tonight?
This is Steven, if y'all don't know. This is Mr. Steven.
Just a couple of things. First of all, I hate just saying bad things about our players. Like I said in the chat, you know what I mean? That we drafted the young man, and it's like talking about family. I don't like talking bad about people, you know. But he doesn't use his hands good enough. He doesn't. He's got long arms. He's not firing his arms out and getting into the chest of the offensive tackle. He doesn't seem to be playing violent enough, and he lets him get into him too much.
That's a key word.
That's
a key word.
Thing. Yeah, and we don't need him dropping back into coverage. He doesn't need to be dropping back. To me, he's a hand in the dirt, 3 down. When they put him in a 3-point stance, he does a lot better. Out on the out at that 9 technique, bring him in a little bit closer inside, put him over. It's almost like bulking up. He's developing more into a traditional defensive end, as opposed to a linebacker, in my opinion. Another thing, he hasn't played a lot of football.
True. Somebody mentioned in the chat.
Yeah, he didn't play until his senior year in high school. He hasn't played that much ball. He doesn't really have sort of what you call a signature move. He's got a little bit of a spin, but he's a ways away from my boy Dwight Freeney. But he's got a little ways to go before he can get there. But that's pretty much all I got. I'm gonna give him this year, see if he can do something. But I really believe to get his hand in the dirt, be a lot better off.
Yeah,
I'm just almost wondering if he'd be better in a 4-3.
Could possibly. And the thing is, we played some of that this year. We played a little bit of that. He mixed in a little bit.
Now, our new defensive coordinator, is he still the boy from Michigan? Does he run more 4-3 or 3-4?
Really? And I'm doing a study on him as we speak. He's mixing it up. He mixes it up. He runs. He got the traditional 3-4 stuff. He has some 4-3 stuff with, it kind of looks like stack, where he stacks the backers and has an edge out to like the strong side. He got some traditional nickel, some big nickel, some dime stuff. He mixing it up. And it's I think it's gonna be interesting to see with Roquan and Oweh and all those guys a second year in his offense, to know it better, to be more in depth with it, where they can just play and not have to think. I think Steve hung up. But we'll move on to the next caller. But that's basically, I can answer his question from there. All right. Next up. Caller, you live. What's your name and what you got for the show?
It's Jeremiah, Coach. Thanks for taking the call.
No problem.
A lot
No
of great
problem.
calls
How you doing
so
today?
far to this point. A lot of great points made.
How you doing
I
today?
can't hear anything you're saying again.
How you doing today?
Oh, there we go. It's a little like I'm well. I have thoughts on this subject, as you may imagine, and I figured I call. A lot of good stuff has been made. I just want to provide just a little bit of context.
Go ahead.
Like, first of all, if the defense overall by the end of the year was great, right? Like, we held the Bengals down. If it wasn't for a stupid, terrible dive into the end zone, then we probably advanced with that defense carrying the load, shutting the Bengals down. Now, Oweh was in a rotation with JPP, Houston, Bowser, and then Ajabo came on the scene. It's like, how many
Malik.
are you supposed to get?
And Malik. They played Malik out there too.
Right. So, the rotation was ridiculously deep. It was dirty. It was devastating by the end of the year. I believe it's the best in the league by the end of the year. So that's that context. Also, like, the beginning of the year, the first 6 games too, Miami it was kind of terrible, right? I mean, like they didn't have all the parts. Peters wasn't back. All the outside linebackers weren't here yet. They kept on all the backup outside linebackers got hurt. Like, you know, Marcus Williams breaks his wrist, all kinds of stuff, right? And it was kind of a disaster just in fourth quarter. It was probably when the pass rush was wearing down and, like, you know, they're not on the same page in coverages and stuff like that. But eventually, you know, it comes together and it's looking really good. Like, if you get some offense, score more than 13 points, they were probably not losing very many games to get better seed, and, you know, the rest is history. But anyway, to the future, Oweh, a lot of the criticisms of his game are fair, right? He's got some issues. When I look at some of the breakdowns on film, I noticed that he's like the last one off the ball a lot. Like Houston's like 3 yards in the backfield and he's still got his hand on the ground, stuff like that. Like, so that's one area that I think can improve. And, you know, the hand fighting, things like that. Also, he gets around the quarterbacks a lot and doesn't finish. Like, but getting around the quarterback in the first place is kind of the hard part. Like, getting past the tackle, defeating the block, you know, that's really the part that's the hard part, right? Like,
right.
The rest is like rush angles and hand usage and skills and knowing where you're at on the field and things like that. I mean, it's not like you can't teach somebody to run 4.3, right? You can teach them how to use their hands. You can teach them when to get off the ball. You can't teach a dude that's 260 pounds to run a 4.3.
Right. The dog, he just like the dog, just like being on the show.
God touched his hand. You know, lightning bolt. You know, like, so. Anyway, I'm not saying he's going to just turn into T.J. Watt, you know, in one season or anything, but like, it takes a while. I feel a lot like Oweh, like I feel about Patrick Queen. Like, it takes a little while sometimes for these first round picks who are extremely young or extremely raw, but athletically he's just freakishly dominant to learn the nuances of the game, the coverages. I mean, he's played everything from outside linebacker to free safety. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's just out there working on his rush moves every single day. You know, he's literally playing 3 or 4 different positions.
And I think that's why people were saying that it was too much on his plate. People were saying it was too much on his plate. When he came in, he should have just been a pass rush guy, because they would slide him in at the 3 technique
and I've heard that
on rush
argument.
downs.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I've heard that argument and I understand and believe it, but at the other hand, it's like that versatility is also a problem too. I mean, like, for how, you know, knowing what he's going to do. I mean, there's a lot of advantages when you can learn to do that well. And somebody made the case to me one time. I was making that same case that Terrell Suggs used to be not very good at that stuff too. And then eventually, you know, that versatility was lethal. Right. And he's out there intercepting Ben Roethlisberger in the flats and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm going to give it a little more time to see what happens with all that and how they define the roles. And, you know, I actually have a lot of trust in this defensive coordinator that I didn't have in the offensive coordinator, you know, and somehow, like, now that he's gone, it's like nobody seems to appreciate the differences that could create, you know, and just, you know, the differences of just game planning and adjustments and just knowing what you're doing out there. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody being on the same page with it. It can be a drastic difference even with the same personnel. But, you know, I think when you really look back and see who was healthy and who wasn't, like, personnel matters most.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I'm happy to get the OBJ stuff.
You're right. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And I think the dog just like being on the show. I think he does.
Do. I mean, you know, I got animal shelter in my house. It's a thing. So it's gonna happen.
I appreciate it. Look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, Coach. You too. Yeah.
All right. Next up. What's your name, caller? What you got for the show?
Jimmy.
Jimmy? Are you there? Turn me down in the background.
What's going on? Yeah, I just wanted to speak on Oweh. I think it's unreasonable to expect like 10 sacks from Oweh year 1 or year 2 or at all. He ain't doing it in college, so I don't know why people expect him to do it in the pros. I think coming out of college, his asset was he was solid against the run. He was solid against the run in year one. He kind of fell off last year. And I think you may have mentioned that it may have been due to his loss of weight, or he tried to slim down a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. What you say?
I didn't say anything. I just agree with you.
Oh,
I'm letting you do your thing.
So for me, I'm expecting like 6 to 8 sacks from Oweh max. Like that's it. I want him to be a solid run stuffer and pretty much use him like we did against like the Chiefs, like a weapon, like delayed blitz, spying on the QB. And I do think he should be dropping in the coverage. Like I don't think he should. He's not a pure pass rusher just to be rushing the passer like that. That's not his strong suit. So I think when the Ravens drafted him, they drafted him because they knew at the bare minimum he should be able to stop the run. So that fell off last year.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Have you seen him? Have you seen how tight his hips were when he dropped in coverage?
Right. So for me, it's like it's not about like him like shutting down a portion of the field, not like that. It's about getting somebody long and fast, maybe not quick, but fast, in a space to deter a quarterback from
in a passing lane, so to speak.
Right.
Okay. I rock with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So other than just it could be year 5 or 6. I still think Oweh is a 6 to 8 sack guy. We need him to step up and get back to stopping the run. And I think, if you have success year 1, it makes you a little complacent. And maybe he didn't go hard in the offseason last year. Hopefully he goes hard this year because he had an off year. So maybe he's a little motivated. And maybe we can reach that ceiling of 8 sacks this year.
Jimmy, did you see? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, did you, and again, not bashing him, but did you see those 2 shorts I put out on Oweh? I think, was it last week or early this week? Both of those plays were against the run. So one play, both games were versus Miami. They were in the fullback caught him and basically ran over. Like they went head to head and he went on his back. Then later on that game, they ran a counter or something, and the guard attacker came around, and him being an edge guy, he got to close that gap down. He jumped out the way and opened the hole bigger for the running back. Like he literally just saw the guy coming, jumped out the way, then tried to go back in and make the tackle. As an edge, you can't do that. Because if the back is fitting right off that, whoever that puller is, he'll never get there.
Yeah, it was tough watching last year because, like I said, year 1 he was pretty good. He was real solid against the run, and it was a lot of times he was getting manhandled. For me, my expectations for him is kind of clowny, like not putting up a whole lot of sack numbers, but being disruptive, not getting moved in the run game. I don't think that should be him. I think he should. I don't think he needs some. I'd rather him bulk up, really, be solid. He'll still be maybe 4 or 5. He ain't gonna be he's not gonna lose too much speed. So 4 or 5, and he's strong against the run. He'll be straight. But where I was about to change the subject was talking about off season and training and all that. I haven't seen any videos of my man Lamar Jackson this off season throwing the ball. I don't know if he might be, maybe just not recording it. But it seemed like last year it was about it seemed like it was before the combine. He was out there like he probably had like 2 or 3 videos out by late February last year of throwing the ball with his guys. Hopefully OBJ come in and maybe him feeling like, okay, I'm going to be with the Ravens this year, and they start to get out there. But I think him not having an agent, that's the only problem. I don't think him not having an agent would have got any deal signed fast, in my opinion. He wants what he wants. Either somebody going to give it to him or they not.
Right.
But I think him having an agent will allow him to chill out focus on ball, and he probably would have been out there already throwing the ball around with his guys already. But
I agree with you. I think he's doing something. He's just not putting it out there because he is technically not. He's on the team because of the franchise tag, but they still in negotiation. So he don't want to put stuff out there like he working with people to give people the idea that okay, yeah, I'm coming back. Because you see me throwing with people. But the thing is, with him being in Miami, half the darn receivers in the NFL in Miami right now, chilling. And they get together and work out all the time, whether it's being recorded or not. Like the other day, Tua had every receiver on his team out there throwing routes to him. So and that's why they go in the offseason to Miami or LA. They in one of them two spots. Like last year, Lamar was in LA. So now he's in Miami. So they go to one of them two spots and he don't need his receivers. How many high school teams you think if Lamar pull up to?
Right.
Like they'll pull the kids out of class to let them go catch balls on Lamar. So he ain't necessarily got to have his receivers. Because I'll walk out of my class and go run a 2-yard route for him.
Yeah.
I got one more guy behind you, Jimmy, and I appreciate you for calling in. And I look forward to talking to you next week, man. Good call.
All right, bro.
Last one. The last of the Mohicans stayed on. I appreciate you for hanging on. I appreciate it. Caller, what's your name and what you got for us?
This IvanEvans Taurus. What's good?
What's good? What's up now? What's up? What you got for me?
Man. Oh man, we're gonna keep it on the topic just with Oweh and all, man. I don't know about everybody else, but I keep it the same the same format every time when we draft somebody. The first 2 years I really don't get on them. It's when that third year hit was when you start to try to be critical of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was the same way with Hollywood as well, and I don't appreciate how a lot of people in the chat coming at Oweh. We got 3 Nigerians on the team. All of them stick together.
Mm-hmm.
I want all of them to win. You know what I mean? We all see Matabike coming on strong.
Yep.
The fact that Ojabo and Oweh was buddies, how can you disregard that and not have optimism? The Ravens did the same thing when they brought in Sharice Wright with Jimmy Smith. Now, granted, it didn't work, but that was strictly just because to help, I guess, ease his mind or ease his tension, make him feel a little more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on that because I don't understand where the hate is coming from.
Well,
Jadarius Smith didn't take off until literally the year he was ready to get his bag.
Right, exactly. But I think from my point of view, I can't speak for everybody in the chat. My point of view is with him being a first rounder. And like I said, I don't want to put the label bust on him because it's like you said, it's too early. But I just think with him being a first rounder, well, let me go back and give you the whole thing. With him not having sacks in college, to me that was a red flag. So my personal opinion is we should not have drafted him in the first round. Not saying we shouldn't have drafted him at all, but not in the first round. And then when he came in and he got a sack or two and then did what he did in the Chiefs game, I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong. I even came out and said I was wrong. I ate crow. But then last year, it's like he regressed. But his body was different. And I tested to the fact that he bulked up and don't have the bend he got, don't have the bend he had. And then he didn't, with that bulk, he didn't add stuff to his toolbox. His pass rush is now his bull rush is immaculate, but he don't have no counters to it. If his bull rush don't win and he just can't straight outrun you like the other guy was talking, outrun you past the quarterback, and everybody in America know if you run past the quarterback, all the quarterback got to do is step up, and you're not bothered by him. But I just think everybody. I hope everything comes together in this third year, like you said. But go ahead. That's what I just wanted to rebut that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good, Sip. And also, too, I want to put out there, we drafted Hollywood in the first round. And I don't care what nobody say. Hollywood was not worthy of the pick that we took him at. I don't think so. And I got my issues with Hollywood away from him being on the team. But regardless, it was plenty of wide receivers that was literally better than Hollywood where we took him.
AJ, DK, bunch of people.
Exactly. So I don't get how people, split hairs on, oh, well, he's a first-round pick and we expecting so much. I just seen today, D'Amico Ryans came out and said, I don't want to put that much pressure on our first-round pick. Now, I never really heard nothing like that from no team. But regardless, if he viewing it like that and he a coach of a team,
I think he
why
mean
is
quarterback
the
though.
fan base? Yeah, thank you.
I think he
The
mean quarterback.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's the quarterback coach of a team, literally in action on the field all the time, if he could view something like that, why? I don't understand why it's so critical of the fan base. Bateman, he was the best wide receiver on the board at our pick. Is he the best wide receiver in the league? Has he lived up to the first round hype?
Nope.
No. But guess what? We still waiting on him to arrive.
Yeah.
It might take him being next to Odell to get him there. And I don't think that highly of Beckham. Not Beckham. I don't think that highly of
Bateman.
But at the same time, I can't just sit there and discredit what he could do, because guess what? They still in the jersey.
Yeah.
And the moment they sit there and do something like a big play, guess who all gonna be ecstatic?
Everybody.
Every last one of them.
Yeah, everybody.
Exactly. So
everybody.
I just unless they sit there and say they leaving a team like on a Patrick Queen type situation, I can see the criticism.
Now the part of it is our what's the way we live. Now I can't think of what I'm thinking about. Everybody's this microwave society. They want instant,
right?
And I'm part of it too. Sometimes they want instant gratification, instant. They want you to, if you're a first round pick, they think you should ball out right now. And in some cases, it don't work out like that. But everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. And the thing is, it's a double standard, because if you're a quarterback drafted in the first round, you're expected to be eased along, and maybe year 2 or 3 do your thing. No other position is like that. If you're a first round pick at any other position, you need to play right now.
It's true.
You need to play right now. The quarterback position is the only position that gives you a pass to, gives you 2 or 3 years to do your thing. Like if one of them top 4 guys,
Baker passes.
Don't even get me started on that side. But still, it's the microwave society. It's the microwave and the fan base, because we hadn't won the chip in almost 11 years now. Everybody getting answers. Yeah. Everybody getting answers. So every little thing that we do, and I'm part of it too, every little thing that we do that don't work out,
I get it.
It's a finger point. It's a finger point. And the draft is a crapshoot. The draft is a crapshoot.
It really is.
You don't know what you can have the best prospect. Like who was the dude that's supposed to be can't miss? A quarterback from USC, maybe before your time, because I know I'm a little older.
Matt Barkley.
Who you talking about? Marinovich. I'm going further back. I'm way back. I don't know how old you are. I'm way back. He was supposed to be the best prospect ever. Been playing the quarterback position been groomed since 6. Got to the NFL, never saw the field. Look at Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf more recently.
Oh man,
had a great college career. Couldn't do jack, in college. I mean, in the NFL. And more recently, Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell is the reason they have a rookie salary cap now.
Yeah,
Russell got all that money coming out of LSU and couldn't hit a bar side of a barn.
Yeah, it was a lot that went on with that one. I think he was too young for what he was stepping into.
Right.
But I feel you all day on that one though, Step. It's definitely a double standard, man. For real, man. I ain't want to take up too much of your time, Sit, man. I appreciate you taking the call, man.
Let me add you.
Don't stop what you're doing, man. I'm always watching your videos, yo. Despite the whole LBH2 thing, I'm always watching your vids, man. I appreciate your takes, man. I appreciate the time and effort you put in on these videos too.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. And again, if you don't know, and this is for you and for everybody, when I get to AK, they got to join the call-in show. When I get to AK, they got to join the call-in show. So, and I'm thinking I'm about 50 away. So whenever that happens, the next Monday, everybody gonna have their shot. Everybody gonna have their shot.
Good look, man. You got something special going on, man. You got something special going on. That's right, Sid.
I appreciate it. We gonna wrap this thing on up, man.
Yeah, man. I'm about to tune back in. Go ahead, man. Do your thing, man.
So let me close this out. Man, great show today. I don't know how many people we got in here. 86. We got 66 likes. Hey, what's going on? 86 people in here, 66 likes. Y'all know what to do. Let's not act like that. Let's not act brand new. Hit that like button before we get up out of here. And again, the announcements. Get these announcements, then we're gonna ride out. We almost got a whole hour today. Almost. As somebody's mentioned, the show needs to be an hour. We almost got a whole hour today. But fantasy football. I have a fantasy football league. The prize is a Cuban-like link chain with with the announcement of the league and the league name on it. If you want to be a part of that, join the Patreon. Any level of Patreon will get you into that. We have the Sip the Tally Chalice, so to speak. If you want that, you need to be a Gunslinger member of the Patreon also. And we also got different merch on the site too, and it should be in the description down below. If you have not hit that like button, please do so. This is week 3. We made it to 3 weeks. And again, if you did not come to the first show, I'm gonna sum the first show up. When it first started 3 weeks ago, I was super duper nervous. People was asking me why I was nervous because I've been doing YouTube for a minute now. I was just nervous to start something new. I was hoping I could get to 3 weeks. We 3 weeks strong. Good callers, good conversation going on in the chat box. And I'm blessed, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. It's something to do. I like doing it. So hopefully we'll keep it up. And this is the hard part. If we can keep this up through the summer when a lot of stuff not going on football wise, when we get to the season, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good, especially on those Mondays, after the game, win or lose. This is gonna be good. So if we can keep this little flow going, through the summer when a lot of stuff ain't going on. when the season actually roll around, we're gonna turn this thing up a bit. We're gonna turn this thing up a bit. But I appreciate everybody for coming through again. Hit that like button on your way out. I'm gonna jump off and hit the chat box a little bit. So if you got a question, put it in the chat box and we'll go from there, man. We'll go from there. Remember, Monday when I drop the topic on my community tab, go over there, have a comment about it. That's your chance to be the Jane Doe comment of the day. And if you're the Jane Doe comment of the day, you get a chance to be put into the raffle for a prize at the end of the month. So that's how we doing it. I appreciate everybody for calling through, all the callers that call. I appreciate everybody in the chat box. If you have hit that like button, if you came in, left and came back, please do so. And again, we're on the road to 8K. I think I'm about 50 away. Before the stream, I was 52 away. I don't know if I picked up any new ones since we started. But when we get to 8K, the roundup will be a part of a call-in show. Not this one at 4:30, but the late night one when we normally go at 9. So what we'll do is when we get to 8K, we'll open the phone lines and then you have your shot at all 6 of us. Mainly all 5 of them, because that's where it's at. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. Well, peace. Hey, I forgot, Rob. You had one earlier. Hold on, YBC Drew. I'm sorry. Let me go back. A lot of speed guys don't interact. Yeah, a lot don't. He had a comment earlier. Let me go find it. My bad. Here you go. Right here. I found it. He said, one thing I don't like about Oweh is when opposing team has a third or second ring, he can't beat them. And I don't remember I remember reading it, but I don't know if I read it out loud. Can I still get to it in here? Let's see. There it is. My bad, YPC Dro. He said, thing I don't like about Oweh is when opposing teams have a third string or second string, he can't beat them. Now that's when he's supposed to go to work. I agree with you right there. That's when he's supposed to go to work. If he's on the left tackle, on the number 1 left tackle, I understand not be, because that's probably their best offensive lineman. But when they put him on the other side, now what I will say, YPC Dro, he be killing the guards. When they slide him in and as have like they rush package, he be going to work on them guards. That quickness is a little different versus them guards versus them tackles. So, maybe we get in a situation where we have Bowser or Jabo and Oweh at the 3 and maybe Matabiki at the 1 and just rush with 4. Now we did do a lot better rushing with 4 last year. I will say that. We did better as a team rushing with 4. So hopefully that turns into more pressure, because I think we have the DBs that if we can get the pressure, we can get turnovers, whether it be picks, forced fumbles or anything. If we can get the rush up front, I think we have the DBs to create turnovers. And the more turnovers we create, the better we'll be as a team. No matter how many yards we give up, the more turnovers we create, the better we'll be as a team. That gives the offense more cracks at it. So that's what we at. Again, YPC drop. My bad. Didn't mean, I know I read it. I just didn't remember if I had put it up there. Sorry about that. But better late than never. And like Drake say, never late is better.